So Ryan, I know no coaching staff is going to say that they're displeased with the recruiting class, but really when you kind of go into the nitty gritty of all the newcomers, transfer portal, high school guys, junior college guys, what were some of the goals that you set, back in early December you think you accomplished now in February?
We really wanted to shore up our depth on the defensive line. We were hit by some portal, some guys that left the program, we were able really to shore up some of those big needs. And I was also pleasantly surprised at some of the guys that still been here that worked hard over the break and got themselves bigger, and they can slide into other positions. So we really feel like our depth up front is really going to be the key, and we were able to shore up and figure out a lot of positions there. So it was nothing but a huge bonus, with those positions in our portal and our high school recruiting. The secondary is also, we wanted to get a little bit more length. We wanted to get more depth in the secondary, and we were able to do that. And we were able to bring in experience, too. Guys that have played in some big games, and guys that were smaller guys that are going to be able to come in and really push the competition and add depth to that room. We wanted to get at least one, if not two, blue chip high school linebackers, and we really felt like we had one, and we feel like we're we're open to bring another one in if he fits the standard that we're looking for.
I know that Ken Dillingham said from day one he is going to attack the transfer portal, and the way it's set up right now, when the transfer portal reopens in May, and you're already done with spring practice, how beneficial is it for you as a defensive coordinator just trying to plug very specific spots come May and not trying to land 10 people?
It's unreal. The big thing is, again, the depth. We're going to be able to rotate 3 groups through, if not 4 in some places. So we have the numbers this spring, to have a really effective spring football. And a lot of spring football is always determined on the depth of your O-line, believe it or not, and practicing. And we just done a phenomenal job of recruiting to that position as well. And anytime I see the depth that we have on the offensive line, and I'm a defensive coordinator talking about the O-line, but I look at that as a spring ball, and I'm going, okay, that just means developing up front for us on the defensive line. And we're going to go as our defensive line goes. That's every defense that I've ever been a part of, and I'm really excited to work with these guys.
Because of the 4-2-5 scheme, how different is really recruiting defensive backs for that scheme versus your traditional 4-2-3?
In what we do defensively, we're pretty multiple and we're simple. And part of the reasons we've developed our package the way we have is to be able to take advantage of people's strengths and maybe perceived weaknesses, be able to cover those up. So, our recruiting philosophy really hasn't changed. We got to find guys that can cover, guys that can run fast and tackle, and I guess that's 49% of the equation, but 51% is we want guys that want to be here and that love football. And I really feel like we've filled our roster with a bunch of guys like that.
In the transfer portal, you guys have brought in a lot of Arizona kids. How did you guys kind of convince those guys to buy into this program and join it?
Well, number one, we brought in Arizona guys, but they're a byproduct of really the guys that we're looking for. So Arizona is important, and we want to make sure that we evaluate the Arizona guys first and foremost because they're closest to home. We'd love to keep guys close to home, but we're also going out to get the very best players. So, it isn't just Arizona guys, because if you look at our roster and the transfer guys we brought in, I think roughly 28% of the portal guys were Arizona guys. More than 70% of them were from other places. So, if they're a good player and they're a guy that we feel like, hey, he's near the top of our board or at the top of our board, we're going to go all out to get that guy to stay home.
With Jaden coming on board and kind of bringing some national attention to his class, how do you think that's going to add to the momentum of future classes and future recruiting?
This game and the college game is really moving a lot towards the NFL model. That's just the reality of it. You need a great quarterback. You need a good offensive line that can protect a great quarterback. You need pass rushers and you need cover guys. And then So getting that quarterback, that lead dog, especially with the attention and him being a legacy. So his dad played football here. In our last Rose Bowl year, just all those things just generate incredible energy, incredible momentum, and now it's our job to get that guy right and continue to build off of that.
For recruits coming to the door, what is the message you guys are trying to giving them about Sunday football?
The big thing is we want guys that want to be here, and we want selfless guys that love football, guys that want to do their 111th, guys that want to be a part of something that we're going to build it. We're going to do it the right way.
Thank you.